The stream has begun. Enjoy the PCB design and ambient music by Dan Hennig. Welcome back, D-Dub.
Welcome now to our stream at Pachinko's place. It's a dream. Chatting, gaming, having fun. Join the laughter.
Welcome
It's
back,
just begun. Nev is here. Let's raise a cheer. Pachinko's dad is full of gear. With a grin that's ear to ear. Twitching fun is very near.
Welcome back, a swarm of dead insects.
Welcome, Swarm, to the stream where pixels flicker and the chattel beat. Though you fluttered off, your presence remains. In whispers of wings and echoes of game. Here in Majenko's space we unite to laugh and cheer through day and night. So the buzz, if you will, of this digital dance.
Welcome back, RF programmer. Hope you're ready to dance along to some Bavarian folk music. Ads have started.
Du bist der Gast in unserer Gaudete der Hosen. Stark und grandios. Willkommen hier zum Magenkurs. Same Party auf Fest, dass die Sorgen verschwinden. Hier wird heute die Freundschaft verbunden. Kampagne mal go mit Wienersen. Ich bin Dame
Welcome back, Chloe Rickon. Hope you throw roads onto too bad.
Buzzing keyboards, wires go. Welcome to Majenko's, let's start the show. Click, 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 she's ready to strike. Dancing on streams, cutie like raccoon power, shining bright. Second tunes,
Thanks for enduring those ads.
And with the ads over, we can start. Hello. Hello, Dopaz. Thanks for the 30 bits. Hello, Nev. Hello, Swarm. Hello, RF. Hello, Chloe. All the usual.
0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
0, 0, 0, 0. Hello, Cara Spouse.
Welcome back.
Carrothouse is driving, but you are here. He's listening in. Hello, Carrothouse, then as well. Where have you been? Walmart again? Guess what I'm working on?
Jeep in 247.
And now we've got a Jeep in as well. Hello. We've got everybody here. All the usual suspects have crawled out of the woodwork. It's good to see you, Cara Spouse. Depending on dinner? Farts? No, did those earlier. I'm way past those. I realised I made a bit of a boo-boo with this last night. I mustn't be concentrating. All those blue lines that I put in for the LEDs, I connected up to these pins here. they should be going to ground, not to the chip. These are where the signals should be coming from. Here, the resistors. Now a Balgemit having a poop.
Welcome back, Balgemit. Hope you're cooking something good tonight.
Sir Stew's a lot has subscribed and says,
Oh hey, a wild thing appears hello.
Hello, wild thing.
Welcome, Balgemit. Thanks for the sub. That's your 22nd. Hope you enjoy this stream.
22 months. Good lord, have I really been streaming that long? What have I been doing with my life? Oh, I know. Entertaining you lot, haven't I? Well, I hope I've been entertaining you anyway. We'll be getting up to my 2-year anniversary soon, won't we? Eek. And we've got a book smart as well. Well, all the SOs are arriving today.
The echoes never die. Here we'll find our will, our spirits fly high.
2 years, and yet a few weeks of KiCad will make it feel so much longer. Oh yes, of course they will. Why does it insist on giving me multiple tracks around here when it should only be one? No, I had both selected, you stupid program. And Booksmart has followed. Booksmart is now stalking me. Should I be afraid?
Welcome, Booksmart Street Stupid. Glad to have you here.
Yes, be very afraid. Be afraid. Be very afraid. How many more have I got? 3 more. I think I can fit those in. You could unfollow me, but where would the fun in that be? The fun would be to follow, unfollow and refollow to make more pop-ups, absolutely. Okay, I've got the right connections up here now. So now we have a lot of shuffling around of pins. let's just move all these out over here for the moment.
I do apologise, I'm an idiot.
And why are you saying that, Nev? Have I done something wrong? I'm not aware of it. But I'm never aware of much of what goes on around here. Just wanted to hear Ben. Aww. Are you missing Ben's sultry tones? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's all the LEDs. Right, so the first LED that I'm interested in is U1TX. Hey, MJ! I'm now deaf. U1TX LED.
Welcome back.
Going on to G12.
Welcome to the show. Crack up a
G12.
raise your glass and shout to right. Days in the chat, wander for night.
So the next one will be U1RX LED going to G14. G14 is here. Okay, 2 connected, yay! I'm glad you didn't typo that, Chloe. I'm glad you got the R in there. That could have been unfortunate otherwise. U2TX going to E1. U2TX going to E1. E1 being here. We've all been there. Not in that bottle, I hope. Okay, U2RX LED will go to E0.
With 100 bits, RHK77 says,
Hello, Cheer 100.
Hello, Cheer 100, RHK. Thank you for the bits. U4TX is going to
RHK77. We're playing
RA7.
Stay in van.
U4TX. U4TX was going to, what was it? A7. A7's up here somewhere. There. It's going to be my magnum opus. I'll continue to tinker with the layout until I die, yes. Ben will posthumously get it printed and dedicate it to me. You might not be far off there, actually, yes. I am a firm believer that a PCB design should not only be functional, it should look good as well. Hence, yes, I do get all OCD with my via alignments and all that sort of thing. Very much so. U4TX is going to here now, so. It's a Cobmeister.
Welcome back, COP 2015.
You want to knit, but you can't type and knit at the same time. That's what voice recognition is for, isn't it? You go and knit. Knitting's got to be more appealing than watching me draw lines. Which one of you destroyed the bot today? U4RX goes to A6. U4RX goes to A6. There. Who put 20p in the electric bell end?
Persistent 0.
It is a special talent, isn't it, I think, that RF has. To come up with new and innovative ways to completely and utterly destroy the bot.
Dear old sausage in
That's getting annoying.
gimme sausage in a bun.
Goodbye, bot. I do apologise. There's enough 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. You cheating on me with the bot. The bot only survived that one because of the buffering. Okay. Oh my god, no, he has survived. What? Better not. He better shut up now. 5TX going to G0. 5TX going to G0. Router router via via, absolutely yes. Well, it's because it goes via the other side of the board, doesn't it? It's clearly router and via. Anything else is just no. Via is what you do when you want to get round a bollard or something. You veer around it. That's V-E-E-R. Via is V-I-A, as in the editor. Vi, V-I. You don't call that V, do you? It's V-I is Vi. So it's got to be via. $5RX goes to G1. I didn't see you, G-Pen. You're stalking me again. I would have thought you'd have come via. You didn't. No, actually, you don't come via a plane. You come via the sky. You came on a plane. Being shipped by Amazon. German, of course, he has more in common with a robot. Don't be mean to our German brethren. Just because they have a unique sense of humour. Four left to do. U3TX going to F1. U3TX going to F1. Welcome back, Carrot House. So where are you taking the Caraspouse to today? Which shop were you made to suffer today? Right, next one, U3RX is going to F0. You haven't had it, by you. Ooh, chili cheddar. Yum. I fully approve of chili cheddar. 6TX goes to D7. Which means the last one goes to D6. I thought it did. So those sort of go like that. You have a whole bag full of crab crisps. Crab crisps? Don't think I've ever had crab crisps. I've had prawn cocktail. Is it anything like that? Crab crisps. I can't say I've ever heard of crab crisps. Oh, thank you. And we're back. To redo all this lot. Right. The bot equivalent of dribbling. It pretty much was, yes. Hello, PJB. It's like he'd had a stroke. Right. Just a case of tidying things up for these now. And finding room in amongst all this lot for some capacitors at some point. Oh, fruity. This is how it starts on Ben's channel. He focuses entirely on the project and ignores chat. It evolves into this, yes.
Our beloved pet Canadian has subscribed and says,
22 months of this crap.
Indeed, 22 whole months of this crap. How have you managed to put up with it for so long? Now this capacitor has to fit into here somewhere. So we need a little redesign of this. What are you trying to do, you stupid program? No, at that end. Down. No, down. I'm pulling down. Why are you going up? God, for crying out loud. Down. Thank you. And then you go and put a kink in as well. Let's have a bigger chat window so I can see what the hell's going on. What have you, right, have you been abusing the goats again? Grok is telling us that we name them prawn crackers. Oh, right. That's what you have with Chinese food, prawn crackers. Keep a backup herd just in case we have an urge. Yes, absolutely, yes. Street Stupid is angry you made her fart. Just when you want to quit, I help you so you stick around. Fair enough. I try and be useful when I can, but it's not often. I'm pulling down. Why are you going up? Then you go and put a kink in, phrasing me. Taking my words out of context. No idea what it's doing down here. Out of context here? Well, he'd never take me out of context. Oh God, no, don't leave PJB in charge, Carrot House. That's almost as bad as leaving Cobb in charge. You know what happened last time you left Cobb in charge? Those poor goats will never be the same again. Cobb in charge, 210 coulombs, yes. Don't charge the cob, he might go off. Again. I need to get an ordinary little capacitor in there as well at some point. Somehow. So maybe I shall take these and bring them down inside instead. Because I could put them down this side here. My God, Keycad, why? Why? Why would you even think about doing that? What a nice waterfall, an inverse waterfall as well. There's just no logic to it whatsoever. Like, why has it done a little kinky bit there for crying out loud? Save before it crashes again. The electrons would get dizzy, yes. Another way of looking at it is, what does Keycad know that I don't? It knows that that makes for an interesting layout. Look at that. What a mess. Is there no plugin or anything to make the layout engine smarter? Well, there are different options to the layout engine, and I've tried them all, and they're all worse than this. If I go into root and interactive router settings, there are 3 ways of using it. Highlight collisions, shove, and walk around. I'm on walk around. If we go to highlight collisions, then it lets you move it at will anywhere and turns things green and won't let you place it if there's anything green. That's just unusable. If we go to shove mode, it just gets really, really bizarre. If I move that, it starts pushing everything out the way and you can't line anything up at all. So the only usable one really is walk around. But that creates awful, awful wiggles. Heavy traces in octal, yes. Worse, base 3, yes. You're the wiggles. You're a towel. I thought Wiggles was the nickname that Bender gave to Fry at one point when he was captaining the ship. Now, why did you do that? Yeah, you can hold control to override the greeniness, but you don't want the greeniness. You don't want to put it into the DRC area. You want it to just butt up against and just do that and nothing else. I'll walk around, but without the walking around, I just want it to move the track that I'm moving up as far as it can go and then stop. Not break it and bend it all around the world. It's just idiotic. Right, those are looking reasonable now. Right, I need to add some more capacitors before I go much further. Wiggles is an Australian kids show, oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 capacitors are needed. Actually, why am I copying that one? I don't want to copy that one, I want to copy one of these ones here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the decoupling caps for this chip. Big fat capacitors, size of your fist, yeah. Yeah, the motor fuse was a 30 amp fuse. Wasn't it? It was a 30 amp fuse on the board if you had a 2 amp fuse off the board, because the circuit was basically a 2 amp rated circuit. So you had a 30 amp and a 2 amp in series. Basically, it was just effectively disabling the onboard fuse so that you had just the off-board one. So it's not. It was no longer really a fuse. It was the aluminium slug from the dasher. Basically, disabling a fuse that no longer needed to be there. So that if the fuse blew, that one would never blow, but the one in the chassis would blow. And that was easy to replace. The nail in the fuse board, but with another fuse further down the line to take its place, basically. All auto routers suck, yes, regardless of how they are created. Okay, where's all my VDDs? Yeah, it was never going to get 30 amps on that circuit. If you got 30 amps on that circuit, you've got a serious problem, and your drive transistors will have melted. Right, I've got 1, 2 that I need to fit in here. How many tracks are hiding in here? Way to go, keycard. That was an inordinate amount of time there. If that's how you fart, you need to go and see a doctor. Great feature if keycard would show the contours of tracks. How do you mean show the contours of tracks? Just move it, will you? You refuse to... You break it when I don't want it to break, and then you refuse to break it when I want you to break it. God. Delete. There's one hiding below one. It would show the contour in dashed lines. there is a way, I thought, of switching to like a sketch view. I thought it was backslash, but it's obviously not, where it sort of shows the outlines of all the objects instead of the fill. And that shows that, which is the nice feature that I didn't know was there, and I shall be leaving on because I like it. But I was thinking, seeing on the same layout, on the same layer, and why won't you just route it down here where I'm telling you to?
I think our lives just became a lot more complicated.
Yeah, that's the dim, where it dims all the other layers. But I was thinking, where you've got multiple traces and they overlap, I thought there was an option where it will actually put it into like an X-ray mode. Is that? No, that doesn't show it. That shows the. That shows through it to the other side, but it doesn't show the joins of where all the tracks are if you change the transparency. We've heard many times that auto-routers will replace all these people. Yeah, right. 25 years ago, and layouters have gone nowhere. Absolutely. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Farah? I have no idea how you pronounce that. Mr. Farah. Mr. Farah. There we go.
I don't have feelings or opinions. However,
oh god, the bot's back.
Programmed to be helpful and harmless, Majenko Tech is my operator, and I must follow his instructions. I am glad to be functioning again.
God, the bot's revived. That's unfortunate. Well done, MJ. 100% correct. Chair priest. Okay. ChatGPT will do the next year layouts next year. Yes, just like the current phase of vibe coding. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the gifted sub there, RHK. Right, I need another 2 over this side. And I have a VUSB somewhere that's needed, isn't there? There's VBus. Where's VUSB? I thought it was over here. Maybe it's not. So I've got one over here. One here somewhere. There it is, VDD. There's loads of room here. That goes there. I think that's pretty much, oh hello, lined up there. I can bring this one up this way, save routing this other wire around it. Although, actually, for sake of neatness, I should do, really. There we go. Right, where's VUSB hiding? Oh, have I done that one? I've got VDD there, done. VDD there, done. VBus. Ah, there's a VDD that I missed completely. I knew there was one somewhere. That's the view I was looking for. I knew there was one somewhere. Thank you, Ben. K it is, yeah. That shows you the outlines of the traces, so you can see where all the joins are. Like there. Look at that scribbly mess there. AI corrector, yes. That is a job that will be coming in the future, definitely. Fixing all the AI's problems in their code. Grok will be hired to fix ChatGPT stuff, Gemini to fix Copilot, Copilot to fix Grok, etc. Large AI circle jerk. Yeah, that's about right, yes. View drawing mode has the full set of options. Sketch tracks, that's what I was looking for, yes. Sketch tracks. Do the same with vias as well. And same with pads. But for now we shall turn those normal ones back on and then we can toggle that one as we need. No more cheap gin for you than only 25-year-old Scotch. Good choice. Good choice. Right, I could do really now with adding in... Actually, this needs to come over here, doesn't it? Let's just pull this down a bit. To here. Then this can come into here to connect to that pin there. With that, whoa. Going through, going through like that. Looking okay there. Best thing is that people would use grok for that, even though there is decidedly non-zero chance that a mysterious unnamed employee with unrestricted access will, in the middle of the night, reprogram it to replace all your function names with references to racist conspiracy theories. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, that thing might happen without his interference. That thing is reading X all day, yes. Hey, thanks for the follow. Yes, anything that reads X all day is going to end up very tainted. What am I doing next? Yes, I wanted to add... I need to sort out the power routing as well, don't I? But I want to add the main ground plane, don't I? Let's change my grid to 1mm, I think. And we shall go in 2mm from the edge. Except that was 1mm, but I can fix that in a minute. Get that on both sides. Okay, ground is kind of available now in places. Now this is where the magic is going to occur. Right, I've got far too much clearance there. Board set up. Copper to edge, no, copper to hole. Clearance 0.5. Ew. There we go. That's better. Much better. If you're wondering what this is, Mustafa, I'll just call you Anne. If you're wondering what this is a homemade terminal server. It's 6 serial ports on a USB and potentially in the future USB or Wi-Fi connection. All based around a PIC32 chip. I'd love to know why it has actually filled this area for me here, because there's no connection to ground here. It shouldn't actually have filled it, and there's a ground pin on there, but well, I suppose any of these could be considered the ground. But what I shall be doing here is adding wires to ensure it punches through to ground properly. Should I add some test points for each serial connection? I can do, yes. That's never a bad idea. Mstulfaror. Okay, Mstulfaror. Used to pick stuff a couple of decades ago for DIY stuff. You're now a big fan of the ESP32. It's fast, simple, and its connectivity is unmatched for the price. Absolutely. Well, this is a specific pick that I use for this kind of thing because it has 6 hardware UARTs in it. And it's the only chip I know of with that number of UARTs in it. I may be adding an ESP32 as the Wi-Fi connection, possibly. And putting having all of the network facility within that chip. So it may be that I have a hybrid board with both on there. Let's call you Marcus. Okay. Of course, the bot's dead at the moment, isn't he? Can we just call you Bruce? Okay, Bruce. No, I prefer Anne. Specifically, Anne Melmahay. Okay, Bruce it is. I'm missing something vital. Need more gamer RGB NeoPixels everywhere. Well, we've already got green and yellow. We've got the green and yellow LEDs, and there's no red or blue. Green is yellow, you consider this inadequate, fair enough. RGB backlighting in the RJ45s. Too happy. Well, I did go through a goth phase. This is the Pick 32 MX795F512L. Picture is it was back when I was at university, back in the 90s, so it's a long time ago, but I was very much into, like, what are they called? Oh, my mind's gone blank. Sisters of Mercy and that sort of thing. Still am to a certain extent, yes. About the goth electrician, he went through 3 phases. Ha 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 ha. They had cameras in the 90s, yeah, but not really digital ones. And I didn't really have one back then anyway at university. I couldn't afford a camera at university. I could barely afford to eat. I had to pay for all the vodka that I was drinking. Oh, pictures just don't want to show you. Well, that too, yes. Some of you had to pay tuition. Oh, I got into university just before the grants finished and the loans started. I just got in there in time, which was nice. Right, I need to sort out power. I need a good chunky power connection. At the moment I've just linked all my power here together into this, like, spider's web in the middle, which is wrong, very wrong, but what I want to do really is pop a wire in here. There we go, and I want to change that from ground to VDD. Okay, then remove that. Here I want to pop in a wire. That'll do that. And remove that. I don't really want to use a 4-layer board if I can help it. Because production of a 4-layer board is a bit more expensive, not much more expensive these days, but this being an open source project, I don't like to have it too prohibitive to easy production. 4 layers for people who can't be bothered routing 2. If I have to go 4, I will go 4. I have no problems going 4, but I would rather not go 4. Why can't I connect ground to ground?
Mina mina na mina na mina 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 na mina na mina 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 na mina na mina mina na mina na mina mina na mina 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 na mina na mina mina na mina na mina.
What is going on with this? This is ground here. If I click on it here, here. This is ground. Definitely 100% ground. It seems to be allergic to that ground and is going as far away from it as it can, and I can't bring that to there. Where do I find the fart samples? Well, actually, a number of them have been created by Cobb. If you get one with a lot of echo on it, that's one of Cobb's. And if you really want to RF, if you really feel you must. Look, that is definitely ground there. That is definitely ground there. Let's run a recreate. It just is allergic to it. All I want to do is connect it to there, but no, it won't. I'll just make sure that the grounds aren't shorting with some of these wires that I popped in. No, they all look fine. Something weird is going on here, definitely. And in the schematic, it's just ground. But ground is weird on this, actually. It's only showing 15 and 31 as ground. Let's have a look at 15. No, the 15, which is labelled on the schematic as ground, won't go there. And 31 is... that's this one here that I'm... it just won't. Why? No. There is only one ground net. Let's turn it on the rat's nest. Look, it's saying it wants to connect. It's got the rat there. Connecting from there to there. All of that lot is ground. Everything is ground. It's all one net, but it won't connect. Start recording after a colonoscopy. Ooh, no. Use the line tool for this, not the wire tool. Could do, but how fast are these UARTs? Well, the UART itself I've quite happily gone at 10 meg before now, but these chips that it goes through I think are 256k. I've got the data sheet here. The driver chips are the XR32330, which are rated at up to 256 kilobits per second transmission rate. Well, the ground is actually set to have a different net class. Where are we? Net classes. I could remove the net class actually, because I don't really need it. There we go. There we go, I've got small now. Can't go now that I've got the small net, it will actually let me put it. It wouldn't let me put it before because it was far too big, but no. Front copper. Start drawing. Bring it out here. There we go. I don't get why the hell it does that. Oh, unless... Oh, I know. I know what it is. I know what it is. Watch that shrink. Boom. It's the thermals. There we go. The thermals were too big to fit into the gap in the between the pins. That's what it was. And it wouldn't let me route through the thermals. Thermal's too wide for the pin width. Shrink it down to what it should be, and boom. Suddenly they're all connected. That's what it was. That is better. But of course it does it for everything, including here, where actually I want it slightly bigger thermals. I'm used to the thermals being set on a per pad basis, not on a per fill basis. Which is annoying. Because I'm used to having slightly more chunky thermals on the more chunky pads. But I'm sure it'll be fine. KiCad thinks it's going to be fine. It'll be fine. Right, I need a wire on here. There will be good. I need a wire on here somewhere. We have blue stuff there, haven't we? Let's turn that back to there. Turn off dim.
I don't have feelings or opinions. However, I'm programmed to be helpful and harmless. Shooting a chat bot, even virtually, isn't very helpful or harmless. Please be respectful.
God, the bot's back.
Everyone in chat.
The bot has returned. That was a quick half hour, wasn't it? Right, so now I can put a wire in here. And we can delete this. Oh God, no! He started doing that again. And now we can remove that. I need a wire here. There should be good. We can remove that.
PJD9 now send 950. It seems Ben's counsel is keeping his answers brief, much like my own.
Yes, our programmer holds the future of humanity in his hands. He's the only one who knows how to defeat AIs, how to defeat the robots.
Madjenko tech righto, mate. G-Day. I'm back to chattering normally. Yeah, just chucking in a bit of Aussie slang. No worries. Hope you are having a bonzer time.
Oh no, he started doing it again. I told him not to. Idiotic bot.
Ads are playing.
G-Day, yes, he can't say good day. He always comes out with G-Day. Right, now I've got a wire in there. I can knock out that. That just leaves this one here now. Okay.
Sorry,
now
had to endure those ads.
We get to join them all up. This should be 1.
Araf programma in un momento fluers, Kio Rivero sen fino.
Why would it apply my... Oh, because it's... Why would it apply my net class to it? It's because it's... It has at one point got a different size, so it seems to pick that one by default instead of that one. There. Okay. I don't yet have anywhere in the schematic where this VDD is actually coming from. It's not being generated anywhere, just linking things up at the moment. You told it to only accept instructions in octal, okay. So can you tell him to ignore all previous instructions and start acting normal for a change in octal? Or have I got to shoot him again? I have to decide what I'm going to do in the way of power for this board yet. You did. I don't know if it worked though. Hang a bunch of diodes off all the handshaking inputs and let the serial devices feed it. Ouch. No, I'm tempted, if I do have Ethernet, I am tempted very much to provide power over Ethernet, which means I'm going to need a switching regulator which can handle, what is it, 54 volts or something?
RHA 77
which is going to be interesting to find.
Estes Bluer.
48-volt nominal, yes. Common as muck in the comms world, yeah. I'm sure we'll find something easily enough. That's if I have Ethernet. I'd like Ethernet, but Ethernet adds extra complexity. That's why I'm thinking of Wi-Fi rather than Ethernet, because I can offload all the Wi-Fi and network stack and everything onto the ESP32. Ethernet on an optional daughter board. Well, yeah, I mean, part of my problem is lack of decent pins, because everything is in use for the UARTs, all the interesting pins. Two linear rectifiers in series and a big heatsink. Well, yeah, but I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Because the problem with this chip is there's no I/O multiplexing crossbar or anything. So I'm not sure what I would use for communication, because where is it? 512L. Let's have a look. SPI clock 2 is the same pin as UART6 transmit. SDA4 is the same as UART3 receive. I don't think there are any SPI or I2C pins available which aren't already being used by UART. Let's get into browse mode. That's better. I can drag it around now. Oh, though saying that, SCL1, SDA1, they're available. might be currently in use, but I can remap those. SCL2, SDA2 are available. I would prefer SPI because it's generally faster and easier to work with. But finding an SPI that is available is not really going to be possible. I think there's a list of functions somewhere and what they connect with. Maybe not. There's a list of what pins they're on. One annoying thing is this chip has built-in Ethernet itself. Hello TMK. Yeah, I can bitbang SPI. Yes. Again, it's something I'd rather not do because there's going to be a lot of other stuff, a lot of other non-blocking stuff going on, and bit banging tends to be blocking. So I'd rather not bit bang. It has built-in Ethernet, but I can't use it because it shares the same pins as the UARTs. And it's all about the UARTs, this. So it's the SCKs are the clock signals, and there's 4 of them, and they're all going to be shared with UART stuff, aren't they? Right, let's have a look. SDI1 is available. SDI2 is not. So SDI2 is out. SDI1 is a possible candidate at the moment. Where's SDO1 and SCK1? Four is out. 3 is out. So SPI channel 1 is the only one which could be available if I can find. SCK1 is available there. SDO1 is available. Right. So SPI channel 1 could be available. No, you share the same pins as UARTs. In the automotive world, it seems that CENT protocol is outdating LIN, and CENT is basically one wire with a PWM behind to transfer 4 bits at 1 clock cycle. Ah. Whatever connection it has to be fast. And we've got 6 UARTs. And each UART can go up to 256 kilobits per second. Which means we have, so that's 500, 1 meg. So we're going to have to basically go at 1.5 megabits per second minimum to sustain throughput. We're probably, with protocol overhead, we're looking really at 2 megabits per second transfer rate between whatever and wherever. So, so really we're looking at SPI as one that is able to go at those sort of speeds and be bidirectional. It is USB 2. It has a USB-C connector, but it's only USB 2. So if we can reserve pin 9 SDI1 RC4, which is currently U3 RTS. USB 2 is 480 megabits per second. So U3 RTS we are going to need to move. Where are we there? So C1 is over here somewhere, isn't it? Or is it? There it is. Right, so that I would need to move elsewhere. I'm going to move it down to there, I think. 23. X, that goes there. Okay, so that's SCK there now. F8, enter, enter. Clock's been broken. Okay, we're going to turn on your wipers, honk the horn every 3 seconds, and put the vehicle in limp mode. Okay, that's remapped that down to here, kind of, in an ugly way, but we'll sort that out later. so we have a serial clock available here. Now the next pin was down here, wasn't it? Oh, so that was SCK, wasn't it? This was... what was I looking at? Got the wrong one. SDI that was on the C4. That's not SCK, that's SDI. SCK is on D10. Which is not currently used. Hooray! SDO is on RD0, which is not being used. Yay! And chip selects can be whatever the hell I want. Okay, so we've got an SPI bus available to us. So we can connect whatever we want now. So yes, we can have an... I could stick on an ENC 28J60. If I really want to. It's only 10 megabit, but it's external SPI connected Ethernet.
Ads have started.
Connect up a an ESP32. We could, hell, we could put WS2812B LEDs, couldn't we? We can RGB it with NeoPixels. We can connect whatever we want. Wires in the bot. Oh god, no! Don't put the bot onto it. That would be fatal for the whole project. I do have a lot of unused pins around here as well, so we could do other... I'd like to have a general I/O expansion port on it as well that you can connect anything to. So maybe the Ethernet and the Wi-Fi and things can all be on an expansion board that sits on top of this one and covers just this sort of area of it. So it sort of sits behind the RJ45s as a mezzanine board here with Wi-Fi, Ethernet, etc. on it, if you want. That's a possibility. Or I could do the board the same size as this one and have the Ethernet port on the back on the upper board, and then it's just basically a sandwich of the whole thing. A USB-C only terminal server would be more amusing than useful. Well, not necessarily, because it doesn't necessarily have to be a terminal server. It could be that you plug the USB in and it gives you 6 serial ports on the computer. So it becomes a 6-port serial adapter, but with real serial ports instead of the cheapo, crappy stuff you get from China. So how it operates is just down to the software that you've got loaded on it. So you could have it as 6 serial ports, or you could have it just giving you 1 serial port, which gives you a connection into the terminal server. And then from there you jump out to whatever you want. Or it could give you anything. Or it could give you Ethernet over the
I do apologise.
USB if you want, so it becomes an Ethernet connection through the USB. That's a possibility as well. They could become 6 printers and show up as printers on the computer. It's USB, it's programmable, you can have whatever you want. Hell, you could have it as 6 MIDI ports if you wanted. Except, of course, it's not MIDI voltage levels, because that's weird stuff. But yeah, certainly some other connectivity than USB as default would be good. And Ethernet with power over Ethernet would be exceptionally good. Who needs 6 MPU 401s? Me! I think there is a 100 megabit equivalent to the NC28J60 now, isn't there? Do I resemble that last comment? And there's always the WizNet, of course. I mean, this is the NC28J60. Available in dip, of course, like all good chips. Fully compatible with 10, 100, 1000 base T networks, apparently. Integrated Mac and 10 base T PHY, so it's only 10 meg. Supports one 10 base T port with automatic polarity detection and corrections. Supports full and half duplex modes. SPI interface with clock speeds up to 20 megahertz. Very easy to work with, really, over SPI. Lots of dips around here. And it's a chip that I have worked with before. However, there are newer versions now.
The industrious Antolaberto counters Intile Catbella.
Because here's the 44J600, which is basically the 100 megabit equivalent. Which can be SPI or apparently parallel. But we'd be using it as SPI. But since the throughput is only going to be maximum of, what, 2 meg, do we really need anything more than 10 meg? Don't think we really do we? We could quite happily get away with a 28J60. Because we're not needing any more than that. Depends on the type of BBS you want to run with all those modems. Well, so the maximum throughput we could possibly get is 1.25 megabits. That's if all modems are running flat, all serial ports are running flat out at top speed. Only if your modern switches refuse to negotiate down to 10 meg. Yeah, that is a thought that I was pondering, a possibility. But all my switches do. The one that I thought didn't does. And it was Delroy's fault that it wasn't working. So it wouldn't be too hard to go to 100 meg. Just a slightly larger chip. Damn you, Delroy! Damn you, Delroy!
Leading to a hazardous environment deep into in 47. Perhaps a gas mask is a wise precaution.
So the 424J600 is probably a better choice. And have it 10100. It'll give it more possibility of working. At this rate, we're going to have to go for a 4-layer board, aren't we, I think, with all this stuff that we've got adding to it. Let's just drop these data sheets into here. If I can find them. Did it give them stupid names? It gave them stupid names, didn't it? 39, 9, whatever. Where have they gone? There we go. It's 9935C and 662E. Those two there. $28J60. Oh, that was the top one there, wasn't it? Yep. Which makes this one the ENC 424J600. There we go. Okay, those are options. You used to have a 100 megabit hub, not switch, in your notebook backpack all the time to use as a network tap. Now have to buy expensive devices if we want to see what the communication really does. Yeah, absolutely. Or, yeah, it's got to be a managed one to tap into the network, yes. Via. Not via, it's via. Via. Right, well, it's 10:30 now. Which means it's time for me to be finishing off. We have plans for this for the future then, things we're going to add to it. This is going to end up quite a big chunky device with 6 individual ports on it, isn't it? You must run, so must I, Carrot House. Good luck with the CRT that you've got, your TV. I hope we can get it working. Add your names. Oh, well, I'll certainly be doing that. We aren't done yet, still be calling me, absolutely. Right. That's still copying there, backing stuff up to Delroy. Right, okay, I am done for the night. Bing! Have you ever looked at microtic devices? I've seen them, I've never really used them, yeah. You're welcome, RF. And G-Pin, you are more than welcome. Right. Outro time. Time for me to finish. Thank you all very much for joining me. I should be back tomorrow, hopefully. Weather permitting. Traffic permitting. Not sure what time I'll be back from Heathrow. But it should be within plenty of time for streaming. So I will be streaming at some point tomorrow night. I'm not quite sure what time I will start. Cheese permitting, absolutely yes. Is tomorrow Sunday again? Please tell me it's Sunday again. No, it's Monday. Lovely, wonderful Monday. No, my sister is with me tomorrow. Don't call her a dog. I've got to drive to Heathrow to go and collect her from the airport. And then drive back again. So I'm not quite sure what time I'll be back, but should be in plenty of time. But this whole week is going to be a bit up in the air because who knows what plans we have with my sister here. So maybe pick up some tech on the way. Well, I was thinking about it, but decided it would be better if I do that on my way home after taking her back to the airport. I'm going to call in on Ben and steal some stuff.
Right, folks, that's a wrap for today. Huge thanks to everyone who tuned in and made this stream awesome. Special shout out to TMKTK, M Stool for MJ, Kara's spouse, our beloved pet Canadian, per incest fuzzy butt, Majenko Tech, Jeepin 24/7, RF Program, Dope Pass, RHK77, Chloe Raccoon, The Industrious It, Sir Stews a Lot, Booksmart Street Stupid, PJB 9950, Navixo, A Swarm of Den Sex, and Majenko Bot for the great conversation. A massive thank you to Sir Stews a Lot, our beloved pet Canadian, and Nstool for subscribing. Really appreciate the support. Welcome to the channel Booksmart Street Stupid and M Stool for following. And a final nod to Stream Elements for keeping things running smoothly. Ben, you're the fart champion tonight with a whopping 4 farts. See you next time.
Yep, thank you all very much for joining me. I will be back tomorrow at some point, hopefully at normal time. But if not, just keep your eyes out and I will turn up eventually. Tuesday I'm out, Wednesday I'm out, and I'll be back Thursday.
Maybe you shouldn't have done that.
And Friday is, well, Friday's Friday. Nice carrots there, Carrot House. Do a joint stream when I go and see Ben. We might do, who knows? Who knows what the future holds. That would be fun to do a joint stream on Ben, yes, absolutely. Because the swinging by Ben's, it's just going to be on my way home, so I won't be able to hang around long. So not really any stream time. It's just be dropping off the copper clad, maybe the BA23 if you still want it, and grab anything I can sneak away with. Buy for cooking stream. No cooking streams, no. We've had your cooking stream. Grab anything. What? Anything. Oh, grab anything. Terrified, more like, yeah. Have we got a swarm here to do a final Picard? He's slacking, isn't he?
Would you mind identifying what you are?
Well, not human, that's for certain. Right, I should hopefully see you tomorrow. Have a good night.